The Matrix that year as well, which was like groundbreaking action, cinematic. It was just this whole thing. It blew everyone's mind. So, and that was a big year. And I think people's expectations became like, influenced by that.
Oh, yeah.
So I think maybe some people were like, oh, Deep Blue Sea shark movie. Maybe they were like, oh, is this going to be Jaws, the next Jaws? Like they were taking it too seriously almost, I think that's what happened. But I mean, because the thing is, you hear people say these things, but then when I talk to people, they genuinely like Deep Blue Sea. So I'm like, okay, so what's the problem then? Is it cool to say it's not cool? I don't get it. I really don't get it.
I just think it fits the template of being a so bad it's good film. It's one of my favorite kinds of films of being a small group of people trapped in an area being picked off one by one by some kind of monster. There's a lot of terrible versions of that one. Mark and I have covered half a dozen of them on his podcast. The Lake Placids and the Congos and the Anacondas of the world.
Yeah.
Lake Placid came out about a week before this did, I think. And it is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Lake Placid is a bad film. God damn it. So just taking that template, you can kind of dismiss Deep Blue Sea as, it's just another one. It's just, you can, within the first few minutes of meeting every character, you can think, okay, she's the uptight scientist. He's the rich guy. This guy's just the bionic stud muffin. He's the comic relief. He'll die at some point. And they could be described as being fairly thin characters, and there's some argument to that, I'm sure. But it's just so entertaining. It's so well made.
Entertaining.
The effects, some of the CGI doesn't hold up all that well, but the physical effects, like the robot sharks are incredible. I just find it so fun.
And the deaths are next level. I mean, we'll talk about it, but Stellan Skarsgård's death.
Oh my god!
Like outdoes anything Saw has done. That death outdoes it. I mean, it is so intricate.
That was just incredible. That was really incredible to watch. Like that character was put through the ringer. Like what a death! Cheers, buddy. Oh, you want to play God? Well, guess what? We have in store for you.
Yeah.
You will not be having fun very soon.
Yes. The audience will be having fun, you not so much.
Yeah. And we'll get there, but it's a great death in that it causes problems for the rest of the group. Like, he doesn't just, it's not like Brett in Alien. I love Alien, but where he's just kind of taken out and no one notices he's gone. This is like he's taken out and also he destroys the whole of Aquatica in the process.
Exactly, yeah. And he doesn't go away. Even when they see him later, I know you guys are going to talk about it. Yeah, see, I just want to talk about the whole movie. Yeah, I know, it's good.
He pops up for a jump scare later.
Exactly.
His dead body makes us... Yep.
And then someone dies right after that. Because that whole thing happened and wasted time. I mean...
Oh, Scoggins.
These sharks thought of everything.
They did.
Oh, I love it. Oh.
I love it, guys. I really do.
Wait, the shark ate Franklin, and Franklin had the license plate, so maybe somehow it got transferred to the shark, the spirit of the license plate. No, never mind. Never mind. I'm done.
He had the license plate in his pocket. He'd folded it up and tucked it away.
Well, yeah, because they're in their diving suits.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you wouldn't put that inside your diving suit. That's just going to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. No, the thing is just floating around in the ocean and someone's gonna, maybe there's a deleted scene right at the end where Preacher picks up the license plate and oh, cool.
Oh.
A post-credit scene that they decided to cut. But we're going to say it's canon now.
It's canon now. That's it.
It's canon now.
We'll do an episode about it.
You think he's kidding, but we will.
I'm totally game. I mean, I'm laughing because I'm excited. So.
Oh, you're coming back for this one. You helped create it.
Do either of you speak any Spanish from what's discussed? I don't speak a word of it, so we don't know what's said at the start between Carter and Christos.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I got a transcript. I looked for, the Deep Blue Sea script, and I got a transcript, but yeah, those lines were not in there. So I was also wondering if you guys know.
The subtitles just say, Carter speaks in Spanish. I'm like, well, that's very useful. Thank you, subtitles.
Yeah, thanks. I can hear that. Yeah, I was also wondering what they were saying, or was it just showing how Carter speaks Spanish? I was like, what's the point if you're not going to give us subtitles?
No, he's a man of the world.
There
At least two
Yeah,
countries.
right? He's showing off. Ooh, look at me. I can speak all the languages.
Doing his grouper curls in the background.
I speak English, I speak Spanish, I speak shark.
Now I'm going to swim with sharks.
They could have just taken that license plate out when the thing was in the harness.
Yeah, that would have been a lot easier.
Man, Carter Blake is a show-off.
Maybe get Scoggins' tranquilizer gun, shoot the shark, trank it, take the... Oh, that would be so much easier. He's just showboating. Oh, I hate him now.
Yep.
Worst character in the film. This film's terrible. Garbage.
Yeah.
Garbage. Throw it away.
Scoggins is moving up in my book now. Any final thoughts about this scene? Anything that we didn't talk about? Anything you took away from this? Favorite moment?
I personally love the Fanta-Sea Island reference that they do there because, yeah, I think it's a nice little foreshadowing again, because if you go look at, I don't know the show either, but obviously I went to look like, okay, so what is this referencing? And you go to this island and where you can live out this fantasy. And if you think about it in the show, yeah, wow, I invest all my money and these people are all working together and we're trying to do all these great science with sharks and then maybe invent a cure for Alzheimer's. Oh wow, amazing, hero scientists, whatever. But then, with the show, things don't always turn out like that. And, because humans are extremely flawed. And it's kind of every time your ego gets too big, you get, in this case, chomped by a shark. So I think there's really a moral to the story,
Wow. Wow.
Don't underestimate, apex predators.
Are they suggesting that...
Or even each other, you know?
Yeah.
Are they suggesting that the film Deep Blue Sea is somebody's fantasy? They've gone to Fanta-Sea Island, they've paid their fee, and they get to live out a fantasy, and this is it. And I think that person is either Dr. McAllister or Russell Franklin. I think Russell Franklin. Yes, because I looked at what some of the previous episodes, or some of the odd episodes from the 70s were, and one of them was these two women, they've paid the equivalent of 200 grand from today's money back then, which is a lot of money. They paid that to live out the fantasy of being really rich for a day. I feel like you already were if you had that much money to spend on this trip, but hey.
Yeah.
So what if he's done that way? He's paid his fee and he wants to be the richest man in the world. And this is the fancy he gets. He's the richest man in the world. But he's then invested all that money in shark procedures that will kill him. So he's learning the lesson of, it's not about having the money, it's what you do with it, it's you need to earn it. I don't know.
No, absolutely. And I mean, because he's like this survivalist guy as well. And you can see when he gets off that plane, he's legitimately giddy. He's giddy being there. That's why he does that whole waist tattoo. The plane buys the plane. He's like a little kid. He's very excited and stuff.
Wow.
So it's definitely this fantasy thing that's playing out, I think. With the doctor, it's obvious, the cure for Alzheimer's. But yeah, I like the whole thing with Russell. And then, yeah, he meets his own demise in the end.
Deep Blue Fanta-Sea.
There we go. There it is.
Ooh, Mark.
There it is.
There it is.
So are all of the characters here living out some kind of a fantasy? Is Carter?
Maybe.
Is Carter in real life?
Frickin' sharks.
Yeah, in real life he's like a weedy guy. This way he gets to be a real physical guy, and in doing so he loses everyone that he cares about. And Scoggins, I can't see anything that happens in this film being a fantasy that happens to Scoggins.
Yeah.
He has a friend. I don't know.
Well, he runs the facility.
Well, he wants to be God. He says that God line, doesn't he? It's him saying something about we're gods or something.
That's Stellan Skarsgård as Dr. Jim Whitlock. He's when Sam Jackson says, "What in God's name?" He's like, "Not him, ours."
Yeah.
Well, Scoggins runs the facility. He knows all the on-off switches. He knows all the pressurized things. He knows how tall the fence is. He might have designed it. So maybe he's a manager at a lower rent place, and then here he gets to manage an entire aquatic facility.
Yeah.
Hey.
And his comeuppance is he didn't design it well enough to withstand sharks above the surface. So he didn't do the research, didn't plan it properly, didn't do a full failure mode analysis report.
What a failure.
Wow.
Indeed.
Wow.
And,
it's actually fun ripping into these characters.
And Janice and Jim, maybe they both wanted separately to be in a relationship, and they are a couple in this film. It's more shown in deleted scenes, but they are definitely a couple. So maybe that was their fantasy, and that doesn't work out well for either of them.
And Ada Turturro just wants to look at screens and dance to Like she
Yeah.
she wants to work radar. She wants to be a meteorologist.
Hello, Cool J just wants to teach the world how to cook an omelette.
Yeah,
There we go.
nailed it.
A noble cause.
Oh yeah, and he succeeds.
He does.
People still talk about that omelet scene.
That's an entire scene, and it's less than a minute long, and that's in the future. So we're going to do a whole show just on Preacher's legacy.
And he's right. And I'm sorry, but he's right. He's right. You do not add milk, people. You do not add milk.
Oh.
I'm saving my thoughts for that show.
Please invite me for that one.
There's very little to talk about on that episode.
Yeah.
Is there? Is there?
Oh, I can find something.
We'll find something. I'm
Yeah.
sure. The history of the omelette. Where do eggs come from? Chickens? Dinosaurs? Who knows?
Yeah, we'll
find
probably
something.
just, come up with our own freaking movie just from that scene. I think this is something that, we can do. We've proven we can do this.
I mean, we just did Fantasy Island for the entire cast. All right. Well, this was fun.
I think that might be it.
Yeah. So Jay, where can we
Well
find?
done, us.
Where can we find some of your stuff, Jay? Where can we find you?
You can find me over at the LAM, the Large Association of Movie Blogs, at largeassmovieblogs.com. Or follow me on Twitter at LifeVSFilm, Life versus Film.
Great. Zanni?
No, please don't look for me. I'm in hiding right now. Thanks.
All right, yeah, so you can find me at Movies, Films, and Flicks, moviesfilmsandflicks.com, movies, films, and flix.com. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Come to Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook. We do some fun polls. Look for me there. Also check out my work for Rotten Tomatoes. See my writing and videos that I do for them. So that's where you can find us. All right, so thank you for joining me, Jay and Zanati.
Thanks, guys. It was fun.
All right, so for me, Mark.
Me, Jay.
Me, Zanandi.
We didn't talk about that beforehand.
Nope.
Wow, yeah, we did not plan this.
This is Deep Blue Sea, the podcast. Thank you for joining us. Me, Mark.
Okay.
Oh,
How
we
many
should
times
actually
we got
just play all these takes. Don't cut
yeah.
anything.
This is all staying in, don't worry.
And for me, Mark.
And me, Jay.
And me, Zanandi.
This is Deep Blue Sea, the podcast. We'll see you next week.
Bye.